This is Sangy Davis. It's time for the lion to Ika. For unity is strength. Let us come together, my brethren and sisters, and forward to the motherland. Enough love. And this is the lion's voice. Ja Ras Tafari.
I'm Nana Faraka. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
Government is trapping the system. Government is trapping the system.
A mindset, and I believe, just like how you see how TikTok have a orchestrated, systematic, very focused on intentional campaign on gender and how to degenderize, beyond the human race, Same way there's an intentional shift, to lower level frequency, and we know that, and it's like very difficult because musicians need to eat. So they're going to go where the food is and what plays, which is vulgarity for the most part. And so everyone, we're going to always love the dancehall beat because it is African and we love it, and that must be embraced and glorified. But we can't sit here and glorify dirty lyrics. We can't do it. Me's a mother. I have 7 grandchildren. Me not do that. Me not care who you be. You could have said me old fashioned, me highfalutin, anything you want to call it. Me I stand up for that one day.
The year is 1892, and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kifuken, or the evil days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabe is giving birth in a place called Erjersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name Tafari, meaning one to be feared or respected. Lich Tafari's father, Ras McCunnan, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. Ras McCunnan is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. Ras McCunnan knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. Lich Tafari would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting, and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of Kwesi Bansu's book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub. Please visit for more information.
So music has been a dual part for I, and I feel like it's just about to blossom into another phase. Music had grabbed me in terms of songwriting, getting these feelings, pent up feelings where you can't express it or you need to express it to get through certain situation. And then meeting up with ones who took me to, there was a particular Ras Tafari, Jadi is brother Dennis.
Yes.
Farah. Food, Clothes and Shelter was his band. And I think I remember going in Barbican, down a little lane and him having little 4-channel mixer in studio, and he's a pianist, like the most phenomenal pianist. Him can fix piano, So anyone in the music industry would have known Jadi as one exemplary, very family also, very, very principled and very, for I it was just like wow, it was just like a big daddy,
Yes.
Anything more than just presenting an opportunity to have music recorded. Wow, to have it recorded, like playing and have first 4 tunes recording. That was in Barbican. So that was a very deep, that could have never leave, because it was amongst, those who are just, the ghetto singing reggae music and is able to create songs and get that put to have demo tapes within that. So
yes. What year are we talking about now?
That would have been like 80s or early 80s.
Early 80s.
Early 80s, coming through. And then now linking up with Chakula, that time we had started a band called Roots Vibe International. So he started as a drummer, eventually became the guitarist, we both are lead vocalists. He writes, I write, and so it kind of became a duo. And so we went out as a king and queen duo, which was unheard of. First of all, it was during that time when dancehall was really taking over, coming like regular joke business, and a whole time something. And aside from, so where we used to play was mostly at Ras Tafari celebration, because then now everybody want the real roots rock reggae, Black Love, Adwa, Ethiopian Christmas, Ethiopian New Year, the visit of His Majesty. So all of those very important dates, calendar dates, became where Chakula. So we became known in the industry as that kind of underground music that was spitting out conscious messaging and very, unapologetic and out there. So, going on. Sometimes we play to pure table and chair if that is the must, but we're going to play, And eventually over time, getting to open for shows, soon before you know it was on Reggae Bash. Ira FM used to love give it stage all the while, Reggae Fest was really, I would say, the ultimate in where our little Roots Vibe band, get invited to play on Reggae Sunsplash. And that was where we then got seen by a Spanish promoter, Vinilo, who sponsoring some festivals, government-sponsored festivals, and they brought Chakula as a headline show. And we got big stage, huge audiences. Mind you, it was free, but like people, we're raving. So, get the taste of what it is to tour in a bus and go from city to city, all a city in tear down. With the insignias of lion all over the place, and they really embraced it. So I would say that was, and then now the reality of having 5 youth, so how you put that together.
I'm gonna ask,
we're both musicians, the youth them are travel with everywhere, and cradle in the back, and who have them food and who are cook on site, So it was very much a juggling, like I know, so I could definitely give a talk about to any female musician in the industry about how to keep the 2 fires burning at the same time.
Okay.
music and being a parent, because
You have to do a course. We're gonna have to hold you to do a course because that's so needed.
so needed. And even as I will explain more about, some of the platforms now being supported at Skyline Levels, I made a very special effort to call out for the queens and the young queens, because we know they have music, great music, just like the kingdom, but sometimes to balance the motherhood and the child rearing with it's very difficult. It's very difficult. So you have to kind of give an extra little mileage for the queens if you want to give them the stage and the balance that is spoken in song.
And one of the things I want to talk to the eye, because I've been saying we need to create an entirely separate Ras Tafari reggae ecosystem. I don't even think we need to try to integrate into what's going on there.
Absolutely.
And I know you would agree. And we can do it, because we're hired to go on these festivals, but we don't own any part of the supply chain. We don't, it's not our venues, it's not our record labels, it's not our. So what happens is that it ends up watering down the product, and then the people lose interest, after a while, because they want the authentic.
Need the authentic.
They need the authentic, and because we are trying to cater to the audience, because we can't get booked unless we, put out a certain product, it ends up being counterproductive. But if we had our own ecosystem, go ahead.
I mean, beyond the ecosystem, which is absolutely true, it's also a mindset, and I believe, just like how you see how TikTok have a orchestrated, systematic, very focused on intentional campaign on gender and how to degenderize, beyond the human race,
Yes.
The same way there's an intentional shift, to lower level frequency, and we know that, and it's like very difficult because musicians need to eat, so they're going to go where the food is and what plays, which is vulgarity for the most part, and so everyone we're going to always love the dancehall beat because it is African and we love it, and that must be embraced and glorified. But we can't sit here and glorify dirty lyrics. We can't do it. Me's a mother. I have 7 grandchildren. Me not do that. Me not care who you be. You could have said me old fashioned, me highfalutin, anything you want to call it. Me I stand up for that one day.
Yeah.
Matriarch of the earth. We can't be glorifying effort. Simple. Straight up. We have to stand up for certain principle, and through the music is very powerful. We know it already. So why be allowing, excusing, glorifying something that are carried on? It can't work.
No.
So it's an ecosystem, but it's also the mindset. The mindset is about purification and use of this thing for our redemption. So.
Well, great is the Almighty, and greatly to be praised in the city of Haile Selassie I, the mountain of His holiness.
Yeah, from Cape to Cairo, from Timbuktu to the Nile, the whole entire continent.
Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion, from Accra to Addis Ababa.
Yes, it's a beautiful continent, better control, mama.
Very beautiful.
From Cape to Cairo, from Timbuktu to the Nile, I smile. From
I hear you call Mama Africa. Been so long since I seen Mama. Father of Africa set the law. The lion come and dismantle Babylon flaw. We gonna use solar energy, use sanitation to build the ecology. We utilizing green technology. We hailing Haile Selassie first without apology. And then we build the youth them economy. We dismantle Babylon monopoly. We teach the youth them how to live properly. Tell them make sure them got the title fit them property.
yes, this beautiful continent, better control, mama. Timbuktu to the Nile, I smile for the
I love you, mama, your heart never harden. I wanna turn all your slums into garden. I wanna stop all of your youths from starving. I wanna stop all of your tribes from warring. So much to say, so many feelings. We both been hurt, we both need healing. Since the League of Nations you've been appealing. You stand up against them backdoor dealing. I hear you call mama Africa. Been so long since I see mama. Father of Africa set the law. The lion come and dismantle Babylon flood. And I hear you call mama Africa. Been so long in America. Father of Africa set the law. The lion come and dismantle Babylon flood.
So be still, all enemies of Jah. Know that he's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the Lion Conqueror. And it was said of Ethiopia, the highest himself shall establish her. His majesty was born there.
And I know that I love you so. There's no place that I'd rather go. Tired of walking through slush and snow. Repatriation, that's a must I know.